This is what you need to do in order to create a rubric and even modify a rubric that you're going to use in your e-learning class. You're going into class tools and then assignments. Prior to this, I submitted 2 files as a test student into 2 assignments. You will see it right here. In activity 1, when I click on it and I scroll down to the bottom, I can see that test student has submitted this file for activity 1. And as the teacher now, when I click on it, I can view what that student submitted. And now I have my choice of creating my own rubric. When I click on this, I can give it a name, and right now I would give it as test number 2 because this is test number 2. And I can give a brief description if I wanted to, and I can answer in these. I like to keep it as points. I can then set the criteria and levels right over here. I can click on levels and criteria, and within these drop down arrows I can manipulate and I can type in what my criteria is for every level. Okay, and to do that I just click the drop down arrow, I click edit level. It lets me manipulate the content, the information right here. When I'm satisfied, I would click save. And at this point, I could then click close. Oh, sorry, it's in draft mode. I need to change that to be published. Published means it's ready to go. I would then click save. Remember, I called it test 2. Okay, so my rubric has been created. You see that I also made another test, which I will delete later. And I'm going back into my assignments. I'm finding that submission, assignment number 1. I'm clicking on the student submission. I'm going to associate a rubric with this, which is test 2. I would click save. And now I will be able to manipulate, I will be able to grade this student based off of my rubric. And the points are automatically calculated. This is one way that you can do this. I'm going to actually click cancel. Okay. What other teachers are doing are, once they view a submission, inside the feedback box, they type out their feedback, but then they like doing the traditional pencil and paper method of rubric. So they would create their rubric within Microsoft Word and then either print it out or just use a digital copy. And they would grade the student based off of that rubric. And then at this point, they would use the camera button, insert image. They would go to their computer, they would upload a file, they would find whatever that rubric is, and let's pretend that this is the rubric, and then they would click add, click this image is decorative, and now that rubric for that particular student is embedded inside the feedback. So that's there's 2 ways for you to create rubrics within this course.